I got one.
You fire away, rock star.
So I put the biggest contract I've ever put under contract last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were asking 2.3, and my buyer wanted to offer less than that. And there was tons of interest on this house, multiple offers, blah, blah, blah. So we won it. But I had to gently, with questions, not bold statements, but just with questions, lead him to deciding that he was going to do an escalation clause and go over asking and blah, blah, blah. And so we won the deal at 2.5 or 2.55. So yeah, so $250,000 over asking. So it was awesome. And they're closing next week. It's a cash deal. So cool.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, nice job. What does that feel like?
Fantastic. It's fantastic. You know, really, it's been just a blast. I've put like more business under contract in the last 30 days than I had in the year and a half that I started real estate. So thank you.
Nice.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh. So in the last 30 days, how much under contract have you
Right about 5 million.
Wow.
3 deals totaling about 5.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So we're talking like 100,000 plus in GCI in the last 30 days.
Yeah. Totally psyched. Totally. Completely. I'm just I'm walking on air, you know. I'm like, it's cool. That's enough. Bye.
Also, just for kicks, kind of ran my numbers from, so I've been in the Freedom Club for a year now. And so from August to August, so I did like, so, you know, it wasn't a calendar year, but for that year, I was 479, and my previous best was like 210, 215. So like more than doubled. So anyhow, thanks, Jonathan.
Nice job, Dan.
I did an open house for a lightly attended home, very lightly attended, but I got a couple that were putting in an offer in a beautiful home tomorrow, and we're going to go in possibly at 3.3, which would be my biggest one ever. And I just met them last week, so that's pretty amazing. And from the other open house, I got referrals from Tuesday, Friday update calls. And so we're putting in another offer. So I have possibly 4 offers on Tuesday.
Ran my numbers this weekend, and $186,000 in GCI. So that's awesome for a brand new agent who just decided to do real estate differently. And I was telling a realtor friend of mine, he was like, how do you do it? And I reluctantly told him I have a mentor, and he's like, I've never heard of that guy. I use Tom Ferry. And I was like, well, he's different. You've got to have a different mindset to have him mentor you. And that is so true. I mean, that is the truth, because none of what I've learned here is anything like what they teach out there with the bigger mentorship. And you know, the numbers prove it. The proof is in the pudding on what works and what doesn't. So thanks for that, Jonathan.
At 519, we got asking, which is great, and picked up a couple of buyers from that. And I have one that I'm actually just had a contract out today, and I'll have 3 contracts, potentially 4, but for sure 2 listings and a buy. So that's what this can do for you if you stick with it. And even though I'm doing a fraction, I know it's so powerful. So thank you, Jonathan.
The house sold on this. The guy didn't even want to see the house. And we got like 30,000, well, it's 28,000 over asking. So the house sold under actually 3 days. It's, it's on. I've also got, sold 3 houses under 5 days that were listed in over the last 10 days. 3 houses, 2 of them over listing, 1 of them right at, and 1 of them sold on this. I mean, he didn't even go in the house. He says, I see enough. So I thought that's pretty cool. And wanted to tell you thank you very much for the idea.
But I just mentioned to him, hey, I'm looking for a lender. Like, it's, you're probably not into it because you're like kind of like on chill mode, but I need a lender like that wants to, like, if I send them 10 million, they'll send me $1 million kind of thing of worth of business. And he said, I'll do that. And then, like, within 24 hours, he sent me 2 deals, but they're better than, they weren't buyers, they're listings. So anyhow, so I got 2 listings from a lender by asking for some business, but now I got to deliver on my end. But anyhow.
Yeah, I love it, Dan. It's almost too easy, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Nice job reaching out to a lender. I love it.
And then I just realized for a moment that my track record for getting offers accepted, my past 12, it's all in a row. 12 in a row offers accepted. And I'm thinking my lesson here is that I'm having more trust in myself, and I just know that the system works. And I just have to do what I've done and make it really simple and put the phone on speaker, get the listing agent on the other end with my buyers, and it works every single time.
I got a little bit of victory. I crossed my being fearful of price threshold this week. So, I just made a decision I was going to stay above 6. And then once I kind of started into it, I thought, well, what the heck? I'm making these calls. I'm a little scared of it anyway. So I just started just going for it. So this week I did 5 open houses. And so the lowest one was 580. And that was a realtor friend of mine that was in Florida with her family. But other than that, the other ones was a 1.5, a 1.9, a 1.25, and another 1.5. So
finally, month of June, I was back in my element. And in June, I did be pending almost 7.5 million.
Nice.
And
that's better than 0.
Yeah. Yeah. And July, we were able to take long weekend off, much needed for my family. July, I have one pending at about 1.1 mil. Did not have much of pipeline. Did 2 open houses, and I have a lot of people to deal with. Did 2 IC over the weekend, and of course, I think 4 scheduled for this week.
I got my 3rd home. Family helped in Florida over the weekend. So that's good. First converted realtor.com lead as well. And yeah, no, it's just things are clicking, and it's good.
Hey. Oh my gosh, what kind of GCI is that one?
It's a small one. It was like 260, so it's like 10 grand.
Wow, isn't it great?
No, 7.
Isn't it great that we're like 7 grand? That's like Kleenex money.
Well, here, I'm back in Illinois now, so here that would have been like an amazing deal.
Yay to helping out a realtor.com lead. And how long did how many hours do you think you put into that?
Maybe 2 or 3. I mean, nothing crazy. We never physically met. They're in New York, so everything was done via video. And probably showed them 6 different homes. So a couple hours at most.
So we'll round up and say 3 hours for like, what is that? $2,300 an hour-ish, give or take.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah. Nice job. Primarily, what, realtor.com and open houses?
One was open house. One was a referral. So that was just a God thing. Well, not all things are, but anyway. And then the third one was realtor.com.
Awesome.
Yay.
But for sure, like the system and the process that we do of interacting with our clients, like I wouldn't have converted that referral without this system. And I fully believe that 100%.
And also had my second gathering, and had, free tacos. Had the second gathering. Out of that gathering, I've got a listing this afternoon, and another connection for 2 more listings with a guy I'm going to play golf with next Thursday. Well, this Thursday morning. And then on the open houses, oh my gosh, I mean, it was like, Tombstone Cemetery dead. I mean, but then in walks one guy, and now we're out looking for about a $500,000 home. I mean, I gotta trust it. So, all right, there you go.
Hey, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. We got to have you add all those GCIs up for us. That sounds like a whole bunch of GCI coming your way.
Well, I would say probably, the one listing this afternoon is going to lead to 3. So we're going to work on 1 this afternoon. So I would say somewhere around, 1.0 on the 3. I'd say somewhere short of 2, maybe just short of 2, between 1.5 and 2. And that'll happen over the next month. And I'm pretty sure of it. I mean, there's sometimes I don't really know, but this one is pretty solid.
So we're talking like 45 to 60,000 GCI.
Well, yeah. Plus I have a listing now that's closing, and then also another purchase that's closing. I've got those 2 already in the hopper. They're working. So we're over 2 in the month, and at least potential plus realistic.
So good.
I had a pretty good weekend. I had an open house and haven't been doing a lot of them, but this one came out pretty good. It was an $850,000 listing. I picked up, called the guy, obviously, like we're supposed to, and luckily he lives about an hour and a half away from this listing, so it was pretty easy because he's like, hell yeah, go out and do one for me, because I don't want to go up and do it. So we went in, and 5 families came through, and first one walked in the door was, I don't know if anybody knows Desmond Howard, but it's his cousin, the football player.
Yeah.
So he came in with his wife, and totally awesome people. They were fun to be around. And next thing you know, we're looking at a couple more $700,000 listings and a $1.4 million listing this Saturday afternoon. And I haven't found the exact perfect house yet, but looks like we're gonna have a good relationship with them to get them set up in the house. Plus, they're wanting to do plenty of other investments later too. So went very well. So I was pretty excited about that.
Two examples of the realtor.com. Number one, I got a $3 million buyer from realtor.com. Hasn't yet come to fruition, but I have a buyer letter, and just this morning a house popped in exactly what he's looking for. So hopefully that'll pan out. And the most recent one is just yesterday night, I got a call from a realtor.com lead. I went right away to the house that he wanted to see it. We wrote an offer, and we should get an answer today. That's a $400,000 deal. So we'll see.
Wow. So lead comes in yesterday. You go show him a home. You write an offer. Bingo, bango, and heck,
no, it's even better than that. It was a virtual. He's in New York, so it was a virtual walkthrough.
Wow. And we're talking like, that's what, 10 to 12,000 GCI?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my gosh. Yay. Well, that'll cover the realtor.com cost.
Yep. He's going to buy 2, by the way. This is just the first one. So it'll be profitable.
Yay. Nice job, Manny. Oh my gosh.